Alright, hello, welcome, new season, season 7, episode 1, Winter Cabin. We got a vertical painting out here. I feel like anytime I get a vertical painting, I'm like, ugh, I have to do a vertical painting. But we gotta do it, we gotta do it. You know, actually, I'm gonna put OBS over here. There we go. Start off with a nice gray fill. Anybody else feeling like a little like drained today? Curious. I'm feeling like a little drained today. I don't know why. I'm just gonna put that there. Little like marker. Mostly because of your teeth. That would be very valid to be drained because of that. Like, like, do they put you under? Question mark. While all that was going on. I need to schedule another cleaning. I just like haven't done that. I just keep not doing it, but I know like I should. Does anybody here actually get their teeth cleaned like every like 6 months? Like who's out here like actually doing that? I hate getting my mouth froze. That always feels super weird, high key. That's always just like a weird sensation. I guess it's been a while since I've had that done, but I'm always like, ugh. You have insurance, but you don't even do it, which is bad, but YOLO. You should be abusing your insurance, or like just, you know, not abusing it, but you know, you should be just making use of it. Crack. What? Butter. I'm gay. I don't need my teeth cleaned. I'm gonna Adge incoming. You know what's crazy though last night, Prac, is that, or I forget if it was last night or the night before, but Skittle had a little bit of the birthday cake Baileys. I saw them going down to grab some. I'm like, oh, okay, we're getting crazy tonight, are we? That's still sitting in the fridge. I was like, damn, okay. Getting a little spicy out here tonight, huh? Getting a little spicy. I didn't have any though, rip. I think there's still some left. We should make another birthday cake drink again. We would definitely have to get more of the birthday cake Baileys, because that one is definitely like almost out. We could, in theory, we could do that. If it's probably out of season. You think so? But then we can make kiwi drinks. We can make them even better than Kendall's wedding did. Yeah, I definitely had like 7 drinks at the wedding, and I felt it a little bit at one point, but I never got like super drunk at all. Not like I expected to feel it a bit more after having 7 drinks. I think for like the entirety of that week, the only time I ever got like kind of drunk, like actually like kind of like wild and feeling, was whatever night we were drinking wine. There was one night we had wine, and that night I was like, ooh, the wine kind of hitting. The wine is definitely hitting. Wine does that. Wine just kind of goes hard though. I still have that blueberry wine that my dad gave me like a few months ago that I've never tried yet. Cause I've been waiting to try it with the boys. Actually, I feel like David's not gonna be here, so no one's gonna drink that with me. So the blueberry wine will go unused again, most likely. Unless it doesn't. Okay, I'm getting the vibe in for this sky. I also should have put in the darker values. I didn't. I kind of like neglected doing that. Oopsie. That's okay. We can still put them in. So supposedly, Prac, when we go to the Chad ice cream place, I am apparently getting the hot fudge brownie flurry. At least last time on stream, I was like, which one should I get, guys? And everyone said I should get the brownie one. I'm like, okay. I guess I'm getting that. It was between that or birthday cake or cupcake, whatever they call it there. Skittle finna get the coffee crisp again. Because it's just too good. Looking at the menu again, pausers. Do y'all like to do that, like before like you're going somewhere, like to a restaurant, like you look at the menu in advance to like kind of get like an idea of what you want to get? I found I said last night, ever since I got the new air purifier, I've been sneezing less down here randomly, and then I sneezed just now. But that was also like a pretty light sneeze. I don't know. Could just be coincidence, or the air purifier actually doing something. I found the light bulb today in the room where Skittles' computer is at burnt out, so we have to get a new light bulb at some point. That light bulb, I honestly don't remember how long it's been since that light bulb has been changed. Like it has just been chilling there for so many years at this point. So honestly, kind of surprised that it lasted so long in the first place. Okay. These clouds are looking pretty decent. Where's Cloud at to verify if these clouds are looking decent or not? I need a cloud review on these. Also, I wonder if I should like kind of be dragging this down to like the halfway point, honestly. Just like a little spritz of white. Like a little bit more there. Because the tree line of these background trees, they kind of like start existing like or like they cut off around like the halfway point. I think it's like slightly below the halfway point, just barely. It's always interesting for like landscapes, just like in a painting. You typically want to have your horizon line be not just dead in the middle. Having it just like offset just a little bit one way or the other can just make it a little bit more interesting. But maybe there's also instances where you would want it like dead center. I don't know. If you have a reason for it, if you got a good reason for it, I'm sure it's a vibe. Bruh. I just witnessed something crazy. Also, Prac, you were talking to him before about like with the phone you gave me, how you're like, yeah, the battery in that phone is shit. And I feel like low-key, I've only noticed the battery being bad if you're like actively like watching a stream, I feel like. But if you're just like, if the phone is idling, it is pretty good about not using much battery, personally, from my experience. But like if I have like a Twitch stream up, I feel like it definitely drains it like decently quick. Which like is a huge upgrade from my previous phone, because that one like I could just leave it sitting back on my desk, screen face down like the whole day. It'd be at 100%, and then like by like the end of the day, it'd be at like 40 or something. And it's like, bruh, like literally you didn't do anything the whole day. Like why is the battery drained so much? And I've heard, like, I don't know if this is like fully true or not, because I've definitely like heard of like lawsuits or whatever from like Apple, where it's like they'll release like updates where like they low key on like older iPhone models will like make the battery worse just through software. I guess to try and like entice people to want to upgrade. If I remember hearing about like lawsuits for that. So I guess they've, at least Apple has done that in the past, I suppose. I don't know like how common that is, or like if other phone manufacturers do that. I don't know, kind of whack though. Whack that that's like a thing. Like, yep, we're gonna push out an update that makes your battery shitty in hopes of you buying a new phone from us. Like, bruh. That's whack. That's whack. Do I want to use black for this? Just use dark gray. I think just use dark gray. Yeah, just putting a bunch of these. I guess some like squiggly one going there. I feel like black would potentially be better, but I also don't want to use black in that plane because there's gonna be black values in like the foreground, so I want those to kind of like pop more, if you know what I mean. Kind of interesting. This is like mostly like a gray, mostly grays painting, but there is just like a little bit of brown, a little bit of blue. And I see like the whites in the like the snow here. It's like a slightly like warm white. It's not just like a pure white. Got a little bit of yellow in there, but we're just gonna go with a pure white because yep. I could try like laying in like just a touch of yellow here and there. See how it turns out. Hard to say if that will be a good idea or not. Let's step, bro. Good morning. How are you today? Doing good, bro? Hell yeah. A little stuck, mind helping me out? Yeah, no problem. No problem. I got you. Always down to help out a brother, you know? Yeah, just a touch of yellow, I think could go hard. And we'll go back over it with the white. The white. You know, Skittle was saying earlier, you know, I still need to try the new Blitz mode in Fortnite. And I was like, maybe Justin will try it with us. You could. I'd be down to try it. I remember Skittle said that supposedly like that was pretty hype back in the day. I've never tried it, so I have no idea what it's like. Or like how pog it is. Also, supposedly the next, from what I read in some random post the other night, supposedly the next season is like an alien invasion theme. So I'm like, okay. Maybe that could be cool, potentially. Potentially. We'll see. I don't know, we'll have to see. Maybe they'll actually do something different. Supposedly they did like an alien invasion thing in like chapter 2, supposedly. But it's like okay, they've done that before supposedly, if it is gonna even be that, but at least it's not like oops, like how last year we had a Marvel season and then it's like less than a year later, yep, there's another superhero season. It's like, bro, y'all like just did this basically. Yeah, for real. Anna Standout just got here, yo. So I assume you're just like taking apart her setups and like building the desk. I don't know, maybe we could give it a try tonight or something, if people want to, or whatever the vibe is. I don't know. We also have to go get Skittle a new light bulb at some point today. Well, honestly, half the time I like go into Skittle's room and they're just like gaming with the light off. I'm like, Skittle, turn the light on, blubbers. But they said earlier that like the light bulb burnt out in the room and like it made this like really bad smell, and I was like, Monka. Yo, Girham, good morning. How are you today? I've never had a light bulb burn out and make like a really bad smell. I've never had that. Gonna lurk now so you can build the desk. Alright. Have fun knowing that you are the sole person keeping the Mario Kart World servers active. Feels good. Our Twitch partner keeping the game alive. That's a definite Skype and love emoji. How are you today? Jirahim. XC. Your parents are at the beach? Oh shit. And are you also at the beach right now? Wait, fuck. Nope. I am so shocked that you are not watching Twitch while at the beach. Damn, that means we had a house party at Girahim's. Oh my god, everyone, let's party there. Woo! Yeah. Man, I always say this for like the vertical paintings, but like one thing that like low-key always makes them like a little weird looking to me is like how like the pixels on a CRT, like they get blended horizontally. So like you're used to seeing it in that orientation, but when you flip the canvas sideways, like how it is for the vertical Mario paintings, the blending is now all of a sudden going vertically instead. And I feel like that just like low key makes it like look like weird in a way. If that makes sense to anybody. If that makes any sense. Cabin chance. I think there's a pretty good chance of there being a cabin. A cabine, maybe, if you might. It was good to go. That's a definite me asking Skittle how often do they think that like Anna hears Justin saying that he's a Twitch partner a day, and then Skittle replying with probably less than I do. That was a good reply. I was like, damn. Bust it out loud. Damn, did I get like a laugh track from the voice call? I thought that was really funny too. I was never gonna be prepared to hear that. You and Evo busted together? Oh shit. That's actually hype because there's this board game that Vince has introduced. Well, I've known about it for years, but there's this board game that Vince introduced to us a while back where you bust in it, or like you try not to bust, but like it's a push your luck game, and like usually you end up busting at some point during the game. That'd actually be a fun game to have at a BGDQ. That'd be a good one. Maybe next BGDQ. I'll have to be like, yo Vince, let me borrow your copy real quick. Yo, Ebo. Thanks for the Hagla. How are you today? There actually was like at least 1 or 2 GDQs where I just like yoinked some of Vince's board games and brought them with me. Okay, let's start. This will be the easiest. Let's start this with black. This will make it like stand out the easiest. Not cabin, but we got the tree incoming, so that's fun, right? Speaking of which, did you end up getting the Bob Ross emote, G? I did end up getting it. When Skittle told me there was a Bob Ross emote, I like after I opened the game to like look at it, I was like, this is not like the Bob Ross music. I was like, is this just like an emote that's like supposed to be like Bob Ross-esque? And then like after like 5 seconds, like Bob Ross starts talking. I'm like, oh, I guess it is actually Bob Ross. But I'm like, why don't they use the Bob Ross music in it? You tried gifting it to y'all, lubbers. You know, good morning, Cloud. How's the sushi today? Maybe was it like an older emote question mark that like they brought back? I don't know. Maybe you gifted it to Justin and immediately forgot. Honestly, that's a possibility. Also, G, we were talking about trying the the Blitz mode at some point. I don't know if you'd be down to try that. I haven't tried it. But Skittle was like, oh, I liked that in the past. The what? It's like a new mode they added like a month ago or something called Blitz. It's supposed to be like a lot more like fast paced, I guess. I don't really fully know the tea with it. You had sushi on Saturday. Was it amazing? Oh, mode's not Blitz mode. Spicy crab sushi, then a sushi bowl with tuna, yellowtail and salmon. Then your family made salmon stuffed with crab cake and loaded potatoes. Sheesh. When's a stuffed cake? What? Y'all some are liking it, Pog. I don't know if that's a today thing or not, but that's a maybe at some point thing. We'll try. Feels cake, man. Feels cake. Are you gonna come up and visit Cloud when we go to the Chad ice cream place on the weekend with Prack? Like that'd be like so good. Like you could like take like a height picture of your ice cream. And like you could hang out with us too while you're there. You have an anime to watch, be back later. Alright, have fun. Don't forget to you know, and then you know. I guess we're just like doing this, I guess. Maybe I like, And then I like do that maybe? Maybe that's the play. I can't wait for Yaoi with G. Damn, Yaoi with the boys? Pausers? That's a huge pausers for sure. We're only a half hour into this. I thought I was gonna be like at like the 45-minute mark or something, but we're only 30 minutes in. Sheesh, that's a sip of water. Why, are we confirmed getting Yaoi with G later this year? Question mark. That tree looking kind of weird, but it kind of works, I guess. I don't know. It's like that's a really awkward tree. Like the leaves are really weird. I feel like to get in Mar paint. You're going to SF in October for a wedding, and then again in November with your nurse coworkers. So you're saying we're getting 2 volumes of Yaoi with G? Is that what we're saying? The double feature. That would be very tragic if you didn't see Cloud. Especially if you're like in his area. Like local G's, local nurses in your area. Okay, I think it's gonna happen. Yeah. Okay, we're getting a cabin. Everyone tab in, we're getting the cabin going. Maybe we get crazy with it. Just to like really block it out. Or maybe not, I don't know. Because usually what Bob will do, he'll like scrape away the paint for like the outline. I mean, fuck it, let's get crazy. We're getting a cabin going. This is all gonna get covered up, so don't you worry. Don't you worry about, like, why the fuck are you using a skin tone. No worries there. You're just gonna have to trust the process. Right? Right? And is what to enter Kendall arc? What, reading porn? Walking pad plus stand. Oh. And next thing you know, she's gonna be out here like, oh my god, Justin, I want to become a tax lady. You know? I didn't have my Kendall voice warmed up. I haven't warmed up my Kendall voice in a while. Ike. What? Me at the bookstore looking at the romance section. Am I about to start my Kendall arc? Well, are you? Well, yeah, obviously. That's why she's in school for vet education to become a tax girl. No, if I try to Kendall voice, it's just like nothing comes out right now. I didn't do my vocal warm-ups today. Speaking of pride, ooh, like Saiyan pride. Instead, you got Sherlock Holmes and Pride and Prejuice. Shit. You heard someone call Rainbow Road Pride Pathway, and that is the new name. That's definitely something Prac would say. Oh my god, let's go racing on Pride Pathway. Oh my god. You know what's fucked up, actually? There's like a little Pride Pathway downtown where I live. But like, the entirety of downtown where I live is like being giga like construction mode. It's like Toronto construction down there. And my cabin is like really long. Somehow, I don't know how this happened, but somehow this is happening. But it's like the whole road for this like big chunk is just like dirt and like dug up now because I don't know what they're all doing, but they're doing stuff. But the Pride Pathway is all gone currently. I wonder if it'll come. Wonder if it'll come back at any point. Like, thankfully you can still like get around down there and like get like access the businesses, but like, damn, it definitely sucks. Like when I was down there on the weekend getting my hair cut, I was like, damn, this shit is loud down here. High key. Will he be long? Oh yeah, the cabin was like, yes. Bitrate Boulevard. That's also a pretty funny name, though. That goes kind of hard. That's like in Star Fox 64 going to like the warp zone. That shit is like giga like bitrate test simulator 7000. You got access to 1440p streaming on Twitch, and due to that, they allow you to stream at higher bitrate. So now you stream at 1080p 8K. Damn. Okay, I'm gonna be able to see each individual filament being 3D printed in the background. You don't know what to get from the ice cream place? Honestly, oh my fucking god, Skittle. Skittle's comfy out here. Thank you for the resub of 27 months. I hope you are surviving up there without a light bulb. You should just look under the flurry sections. The flurry section of their menu, Prac. I think that's like the lit section of their menu, personally. T2ID reference. I've never had that thought, Heike. Because it's literally like the ice cream places up here that aren't Dairy Queen, like they have basically what's a blizzard, but usually they end up calling it a flurry. But it's like there is zero reason to ever go to the Dairy Queen because the Chad ice cream place is like literally like 2 minutes down the road from it. And it's like I would always pick the Chad ice cream place over Dairy Queen. Feels bad that the one time that Fig went to the Chad ice cream place, he was getting harassed by bees. Low-key, I'm pretty good with dealing with bees. Like I've just kind of like been accustomed like over the years to like just try and like ignore them. Because usually it's like with bees, if you don't like bother them, like they just like don't do anything to you. So they only like sting you if they feel like threatened or whatever. So it's like as long as you're just like vibing, usually you're chilling. Like did you see Kendall's new corporate office? No, I didn't see that actually. Is it Og? Question mark? Okay, maybe I can like do this. I think that looks a bit better, question mark. It's in... Oh. My office. Wait, is that just a new voice channel, or what was that called something different before? I forget. It's new, okay. I was like, I don't remember there being like a fourth voice channel. Is there a reason that got added, or did that just randomly occur? But it's like, ah, fuck it, new voice channel. Some meme from yesterday. Well, I guess now we have a fourth voice channel, if that's ever necessary. What? Click the button. Hello? Damn. Getting taken to the office, huh? That's kind of crazy work, honestly. Going to the principal's office. Shouts to that. When they be like over the PA system, oh yeah, can so-and-so come down to the principal's office, and everyone be like, ooh, you're in trouble. Like, is that just like a global required thing that everyone's school has to do? Because that 100% happened at my school growing up. Super 100% happened. Same thing with like if you're like reading like a story in like grade 2 and all of a sudden it's like a character gets named like Justin, everyone's like, oh my god, Justin, oh my god, you're in the story. Like everyone would be like popping off about that if your name was in like a story that y'all were reading. The anime is good? Hell yeah, let's go. That happened when Total Drama Island was popular back in the day. Who here watched that show? I watched that show back in the day. That they made like low-key like so many seasons of that show. Like it just kept going. Like there was Total Drama Island, and then there was like Total Drama like Action, I think, which was like a movie set like thing. Like, but then at some point they like replaced all like the OG characters, and then it was like, I don't care anymore about these people. Give me back the OG people. Low-key, the opening for that show was actually pretty fire. I'm not gonna lie, that shit kind of went hard back in the day. Your new favorite word? Is it burger? That's actually a good question. Is it burger? Syrian? That's like a fucking Wordle word that you just said, Ebo. Wordle out here being like, yeah, we made up this word for today's Wordle. Yeah, but it's in like the same like family of like Wordle tier words. It's just like, I guess not legal to be used, but you know, same family. You know. It's kind of hard to tell like what's fully happening in front of the cabin because of the letters. You can smell the clean air coming out of that purifier. Could you tell that that was an air purifier right here? Like, could you tell? Damn, I didn't think it was like that obvious. That it was an air purifier. This one is a Honeywell branded one. Skittle and I have the same air purifier. I do think it's been helping though. I think it's been helping since I got this one. I'm glad I have like an actual air purifier now, because the one I had before, it was like some random shitty brand off Amazon that I bought, and then like like a few weeks back, I tried finding like the Amazon page to look at the air purifier that I bought, and the page just didn't exist anymore. I was like, all right, that's a good sign. It's a really good sign. Like, I was like, it's probably not even worth it for me to buy a new filter for that air purifier. Like, it's probably just more worth it to get a new one. Because, yeah, like, I definitely didn't, like, the original one I had, I definitely didn't get, like, anything, like, special or look into it or anything. I just bought some, like, probably whatever the cheapest one was on Amazon at the time. Or just some random, like, brand I've never heard of before. The only, like, it's a minor complaint about this one, but like one weird design choice that they made with it is so it has like 3 different modes. It has like normal, allergen mode, and like quiet clean. And to cycle between them, you just hit the power button. And like to turn off the air purifier, you have to like just cycle through, like keep hitting the power button until like it turns off. Like, I was like, I don't know why these aren't just separate buttons. Like, that would be more intuitive. Like, maybe it's like slightly cheaper to design it that way. I would guess maybe, but yeah, minor nitpick with it. It doesn't really matter too much, honestly, at the end of the day. Going back to lurk again to work on this desk more. All right, have fun. Don't get crushed by it. Man, I gotta say, like, so y'all know, like, basically every night we've been like sleeping to like Germa videos. Well, like, one of like the ones that we've like kept like going back to constantly is this one where he's watching like infomercials. And I have never seen an infomercial like this before. But like there was one that he was watching where it's like a whole ass like arc. Like it's like a little like small like TV show almost, where it's like about like an old like Mac computer back when they called it a Macintosh. Back when they used the first name, full name Macintosh instead of just Mac. But it was like this whole like little like story about like some family getting like a Mac, and like just like a bunch of just like whatever happens. And there's like 4 parts to it or something. I'm like, bruh. Like, I'd never seen an infomercial that was like that in my life. That was so crazy to me. Play some Germa. Germa is like popular AF, but like low-key, I think, like, I don't know if I like actually knew who he was before Skittle brought up Germa. I never watched Germa, but well, clearly I never watched him. I tried to put y'all onto him, but you didn't care. I honestly don't remember that. That must have been a long time ago. I have no memory of that. Yeah, he's chill. He's chill. He's got vibes. Sorry, German found his way into your soul. It just had to naturally occur, aka through Skittle putting his videos on. So I guess like these days, like I don't like specifically seek out to like watch like new people usually. It just like happens. Like I just like somehow happen to start watching someone or whatever on YouTube. Like especially on YouTube, I feel like I don't like specifically ever seek out to watch like specific like YouTubers. Even though I guess he's more of like a streamer, Germa is. Are you surprised, Ebo, that I'm playing Diablo 3? Are you surprised that I'm playing that? Well, more so I'm playing it with Skittle, but well, I am literally playing it. I'm literally playing it. Yeah, but it just makes me wonder, like would that game be fun if I was like playing it by myself, or would I be like, eh? I don't know. It's definitely fun playing it together, though. I assume we have like a lot more of that game to go through, Skittle. I assume there's like a lot more of Diablo 3 to get through. Yo, Phantom, thank you. Yeah, it's my new 3-bedroom house. I'm glad you like it. How are we doing today? How are we doing? Watching Feely win a raise. I do have that up on the side. I guess I haven't really been like paying too much attention. Other than I saw Beast fail learning Song of Time for like I watched him fail it like 5 times in a row or something. I was like, damn, that's crazy. Beast got snowballed. Oh, was it like at the very end of the ramp? I'm not sure what the AFR lullaby skip looks like. I'm not sure if it's just like similar to all masks or not. Well, they're playing on, yeah, they're on Japanese. It's probably the same one, I'd assume. I guess the only thing is, I assume they don't have you. Well, I don't know why you'd get Bunny Hood in this category. You have like no reason to get it. So it's probably the same minus not having Bunny Hood. Bunny Hood low-key making it so much easier in all masks. Like it makes such like a small difference, but it's so nice. So I was kind of like funny slash tragic that it's like, you know, as a casual, like, you know, Bunny Hood, it's like it's the Go Fast mask and Majora's Mask, but it's like, nope, it's actually Goron mask. So it's like I feel like you might think in a speedrun sense for MM that you'd be using Bunny Hood to like get around really fast everywhere, but then it's like, nope, you just use Goron to do that. I remember one of my friends asking me like a few years back for like glitchless. I was like, oh yeah, do you get Bunny Hood in this category? I'm like, nope, not at all. Not at all, unfortunately. You did not get Bunny Hood in that run. I think it's fun like when you get to use Bunny Hood. I don't know, maybe just because like you don't normally use it ever. So like when you do get to actually make use of it, it's like, whoa, I feel cool using this mask. I feel so cool right now. Like when you're in the spider house, going crazy with the bunny hood. Except Morpheus hates doing swamp spider house with bunny hood. Wonder how like stressful this run is. AFR is like in a race setting. Like is it very like oh god, if I mess this up, like that's like a run over. Wonder how. High key, a hard run. How do I want to do this? Let's do this. Because there's like a little like messed up looking fence here. This fence is gonna be awkward. It's like I have to do this like it's going at an angle and I'm drawing it sideways. Because yeah, for those watching who haven't seen me do a vertical painting like this before, like you're watching on stream the orientation of how the painting is supposed to be viewed, but I'm painting it like with the game oriented like how you're supposed to be playing the game. So like I'm drawing, the whole thing is sideways on my TV right now. So it's like a little awkward to like do things sometimes for these vertical paintings. That didn't line up at all. I gotta like, yeah, like adhere it to that. I guess it doesn't have to be perfect, but you know. There we go. There we go. And then I think, yeah, we get like a little bit of like the light gray and just like. There we go. Actually looks kind of good. Actually looks not bad. Yeah, I honestly don't know what's going on with that little like fence right there, but it's there. It just like cut it off just like a touch. Just a touch, baby. Ooh, that was pretty good back crack. Has anybody here ever gone to like a chiropractor? I feel like some people like swear by them and other people are like, it's like, some people say like, oh, it's like not good allegedly to go to them. I honestly don't know. I feel like years ago I used to hear like a lot of people be like, oh yeah, I love going to my chiropractor. Like, is it weird to say potentially like was it a fad? Question mark. I don't know. I kind of forget that like I used to have a like turbo my algorithm of just like people like in like their back cracked and shit on YouTube. That used to be like all over my feed, right, G? Like, all right, 3, 2, 1, back like explodes. Yo, Richie, congrats on the 7-stream streak. Hell yeah, that's a definite sip of water. They claim to be doctors when they aren't. That's the main thing you hear. Maybe some chiropractors like claim to be more like qualified than like what they actually are. Question mark. Yeah, that sort of stuff isn't like specifically That's not really something I'm too knowledgeable of. Your mom has. I think she's done with it. Cause like I do think that there is like some good that comes out of it. Cause I know it's like some chiropractors, they'll like try and work to like align like your body if they notice like, oh, like this person's like their legs or like they're not like aligned properly or something, they'll like, oh, like let me like do this to try and like fix like the alignments of it. You couldn't see, but I was like stretching my legs out to like show what I was talking about. So pretend like you could see what I was doing. Also, you did say like a half hour ago that you got like a new webcam you're gonna use for the 3D printer, Justin, and that's Pog. I hope that's Pog. This is what happens as like a streamer sometimes. Like, you read a message and it just gets like stored in your head. Like the cutscene just got stored. And then like I like think about it later. It's like, oh yeah, I never replied to that. It's like, yeah, I know this you said this like 2 hours ago, by the way, but it's like, blah, 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 blah. She's been recovering from surgery for about a year due to cancer. Damn. I hope the chiropractor has been good for her. Chiropractors require a doctorate, but they don't get an MD, so they're a different kind of doctor or something. G. Where's G at? But when we needed G the most, he vanished into Heb. So Evo, are you gonna be on stage at Evo at all this weekend? Anybody here going to Evo? Anybody here just live in Las Vegas randomly? I assume it's in Vegas, but I'm pretty sure it's usually in Vegas. You know, I kind of forget that I was supposed to go to Vegas for my friend's wedding a couple years back. Like he originally wanted to have it in Vegas, but then like COVID fucked everything over, and then that didn't happen. I've never been to Vegas. You hear Evo sucks right now? I'll wait to see if people start liking it again. What makes it suck? Hey, the good news is that they're on Friday. There's some, at least Rivals said like, stay tuned for our showcase on Friday. Eyes emoji, some like pausers, character reveal pausers. So that's a huge pausers for me. Las Vegas CC. I don't know what the CC stands for. Is it a shit location for any event? Blubbers. Damn, my head was like, oh, is it convention center? That makes sense. Some of your friends say the venue's been boring the last couple years. It's unlucky. Cancer was detected and cut off fairly early. Let's go. That's definitely really good to hear. Huge pog, for sure. The venue's on the north end of the strip, far away from all the hotels and restaurants. And like one thing for like, yeah, like a Smash or, well, you know, just like a fighting game event, whatever in general, or like GDQ, convention, whatever, like having it just close by to like restaurants is like such a huge thing. That's why like it was so hype for the hotel that we stayed at for Gommel a couple years back in Toronto. Like it was like really close to like a bunch of things, so that was really pog. Don't blame them for thinking that. The popular games right now are uninteresting to me, and the announcements have also not been interesting. That's valid. Like, yeah, I would only ever really watch Evo for like when Smash was in it, because I don't really follow any like other fighting games. Like, I don't follow any like traditional fighters, aka like the bulk of games that would be at an Evo. I think Rivals 2 is the only like platform fighter that's at Evo this year, I'm pretty sure. I don't think like Ultimate is in Evo this time around. I know Melee isn't, that's for sure. And like I very much am confident that like Nick All Stars Brawl, that shit's definitely not in there. That shit is dead as fuck. You know, I think some people still play that game, I'm pretty sure, but that's definitely like a dead game. Like, low-key. High-key. For medication gave her an uncommon side effect, which actually means something different now. Damn. I hope this other medication is helpful for that. That is indeed not very pog. Tech would be the only thing interesting, but the game is pretty lame right now. Is that the same thing you were telling me about a few weeks ago with like some update they did that just like they were trying to fix something, but then they just like fucked up a bunch of things with a question mark? I don't remember what it was, but I remember you were just, I think because I was talking about like floor hugging stuff in Rivals, and you were like, oh yeah, that's like in Tekken, blah 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 blah. They did something that just like fucked up everything. And it's like, you know, I'll give like the Rivals team, like I give them some leeway, because it's like, you know, they're like not some giant multi-quadrillion dollar corporation, but it's like, damn, Tekken is some big ass company, so it's like they have like the resources to like just do things quickly, where it's like, I know for like Rivals people, it's like they're like, you know, a lot smaller, so I guess it's like harder to make like big changes that are like, you know, done properly. I'm not a game dev, but it's like, yeah, like that makes sense. Making like a lot of changes being difficult as like a smaller team. Maybe their Evo announcements that they're getting Fig hired, and then the game's gonna be like super program mode after that. Everything's just gonna be like blazing fast. I still think, because I never played it, but I think one of the craziest things that I read when I was just like looking into like multiverses stuff like a few months back is that I guess that game just didn't have shields in it at all, which like okay. But then like apparently like in like when the game like got brought back or whatever, they just said fuck it and put shields in randomly. And I guess it just didn't work with that game very well, or like it just made things like really annoying or something. I don't know. I don't know. Always kind of glad that I never ended up getting into that game or Nick, because that would have been very tragic. Like, I don't know, like at least like that game was definitely very, those games were very mismanaged from like the higher ups. I'm sure, I would hope like the devs had some care, because I'm pretty sure like I remember hearing that like at least like Nick All Stars Brawl 1 had just like, it was like extremely like, it had like no dev time basically, like it was like rushed Giga apparently, which is super cool. Love that. And it definitely showed. That game looked pretty bad. Crazy how much hype that game had originally, and then it just like just kind of fell off like pretty immediately. You played Slap City, you played Nick. I never played Slap City. I never played that one. I'm pretty sure, which one even is that? Slap City. Oh, that's this game? Oh, this is a different one than I'm thinking of. Because there's, unless this is like the, I don't know. Those came out in 2020. So there's like another game called like Fraymakers, which I've also never played. I just see in this game it has like this, that buff, huge ass fish thing, which I also have seen in Fraymakers, which I've also never played that. I think one of the most like appalling things of looking at least Nick All-Stars Brawl 1, the animations in that game looked terrible. They were so bad. There's like no like sugarcoating it. It just looked terrible, honestly. And at least like whenever like I watched it, it felt like for some reason they just gave every character a cargo throw, and every character would just do like cargo throw off stage and then it mash like 5 down airs in the spare of like 1 second. I'm like, okay. And that seemed to be like the thing like everyone just did on like every character. Makes me wonder how that game could have done if the first game never released and like it was just the second game. Like if the first game was the second game basically, if aka if they were just given like more time to work on it. And like I would hope at least like some of the devs were probably passionate about it, but it definitely gives me vibes that like it was definitely like just like a cash grab from like the higher ups. At least Multiverses was definitely seemed like it was handled that way. That game had like just shitty monetization practices. Very unfortunate. Okay, well, I don't know. I think I'm ready to... I think I'm probably good on this one. I don't know. I think at this point I'm just kind of like fiddling around, doing very minor touch-ups here and there, and at that point I think it's probably good to call it done. I don't know. Maybe, okay, maybe as I literally just say that, maybe I put like just a few white specks on like the side here. I feel like this side feels like a little like plain, if you know what I mean. I don't know, you feel me? I feel like it just really needs just a touch. This is like literally exactly what I just said I was doing, just doing like little touch-ups here and there. I do think that actually makes it look a bit nicer though. So on, I don't know, so many little things that you could just keep going back to do in this painting, or just like in these like Bob Ross paintings. So many like little things you just go back and touch up here and there, all over the place. I assume there's supposed to be like, probably more of this going on from the front, but I can't really tell because the logo is like in the way, blocking the entirety of the front. So I was have to go with it. But I think on that note, we'll for real actually call this one done. So hope everyone enjoyed this painting, and I'll see ya next time.